Chapter 19. My Meeting with Barnaby Bradford Bookbug. Margaret Chamberlain advertised for a puppeteer when I was in college. She was nothing at all like Ida Jarvis. She was older, sweet, gentle, a divorcee, I discovered, who may have been a teacher at one time. I'm sure she wasn't wealthy, but she seemed comfortable enough to spend her time developing the idea for a puppet show called Miss Maggie and the Bookbug. She designed and hand-sewn Barnaby Bradford Beetle Bookbug, more like a doll than a puppet, really, with a sleeve for an arm and a hand and legs that dangled over the edge of his bookshelf. She tried out someone else before she found me, and luckily, he had not been her idea of Barnaby. Unlike Ida Jarvis, Maggie had no special ambition beyond doing simple shows for children in libraries and at birthday parties. The format was pretty basic. Maggie would sit in front of our small puppet stage, which looked like a cozy bookcase, and read familiar stories to Barnaby, who lived among the books. The gimmick was that Barnaby loved children's stories. He could never get enough of them, but he couldn't help interrupting and commenting in his harumphing voice as Maggie read aloud, like a kind of whimsical, irascible Greek chorus. The kids ate it up. Maggie and Barnaby were clearly friends, although with his rimless glasses and wispy beard, he seemed much older, and could be a curmudgeon. She found it necessary to put him in his place from time to time. Her school marmish impatience with Barnaby was part of the fun. It was the year Deborah and I were married, my senior year in college. We became quite friendly with Maggie, and I visited back and forth sometimes, but the vital relationship was between Miss Maggie and Barnaby. Over time, he took on a distinctive personality and developed a special rapport with his creator, at least when my hand was in him. I tried to practice at home once in a while, ducking behind the couch, Barnaby perched on the edge of the back and chatting with Deborah, who was bright and responsive. But Barnaby only came truly and convincingly alive when he interacted with Maggie. We worked on and off for a few months before classes and exams made scheduling too difficult. During that time, we had only one major disagreement. Maggie thought it would be educational for the kids to see and even handle Barnaby after a show, but I was convinced that it would ruin the illusion we'd managed to create. In fact, the thought of strangers viewing Barnaby lying limp and lifeless in his little suitcase really disturbed me beyond reason. I could never adequately explain it to Maggie, who, as I recall, became increasingly annoyed with me. After a while, we lost track of Maggie, except for occasional note or Christmas card, especially after we moved to L.A. I'm not sure if she replaced me with another puppeteer. It seems to me I recommended someone who didn't work out. That wouldn't have surprised me, because secretly, I knew that I was Barnaby.